Broadcasting from the KMF Collective Studio, it's time for the Athletes of the Titan Games podcast. This limited release show features the stories of the 2020 contestants of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's athletic competition, NBC's The Titan Games. Now, here's your host, Katie Galley.
Everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 11 of the Athletes of the Titan Games podcast. I'm your host, Katie Galley. In the KMF Collective Studio with me today, I have Titan Games athlete, fitness model, and bank teller, Jamara Garrett. How are you doing, Jamara?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Thank you so very much for stopping by and sharing your story with us today.
Of course.
So Jamara,
I'm very excited.
Well, me too. And I know, your story is going to be great, and it's going to be so encouraging and inspiring to so many people. And so Jamara, just to kind of get to know your background a little bit, I wonder, where did you grow up, and how, if at all, was your childhood shaped by athletics?
So I grew up here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, born and raised. I've been here ever since, really. In my childhood, I would say that I wasn't the most athletic at all. I never even thought I would have a future in anything that had to do with sports or fitness at all. It actually came to me really like later in my teens, I'd say. Of course, throughout school, I tried sports, but they never really stuck. So I finally discovered competing in fitness and weightlifting, and that's whenever it's really started to take off for me.
And so, Jamara, when was that when you started? Was it after you had finished school that you discovered weightlifting and fitness, really?
Yeah, it was my first year of college.
Okay.
Right after high school, just, I was I've been a skinny girl all my life, really. And I was just like, man, how do I want to be like curvy. I want to be thick and stuff. Like, what do I do? And I discovered the gym, really, and lifting weights can just as easily make you curvy and beautiful. And that's what really got me going. So, of course, you do your research and whatnot, and you just start, I just basically started working out and learning day by day, and it just really started to take off from there. And I did eventually compete later, way later, but still.
Yeah. And so Jamara, then, you said your freshman year of college was when you really started lifting and started looking into what it would be like to get involved at that level with your fitness. And so what was it that really sparked your interest? Why did you decide that you were going to choose weightlifting to try over anything else?
Definitely. So I was a very shy person, and I would have never thought that I'd find myself on a stage, especially in a bikini, a shiny bikini at that, like, you know what I mean? But literally just as my journey went on with fitness, I just started to love and appreciate it. And I definitely had a lot of good icons to look up to. There is this woman who would work out in my gym. She was ripped, like, she's just beautiful. And I was like, wow. So I saw people that just had this discipline and this focus, and I admired that. So, like I said, as life went on and as time went on, I just started getting more and more into it. And finally, the woman at the gym that I admired so much, she eventually became my trainer, which was also amazing because I would have never went for something like that on my own. So I definitely had somebody to lead me in the right direction. And I won my competition and whatnot, and it was the bomb. Like, it was it was a liberating, great thing for me. Wow. And it happened perfect timing.
And I bet, like you said, it was that confidence booster and really pushing you out of your comfort zone, being so shy, and then being able to see someone in the gym who you could look up to and say, wow, I want to, be like that. I want to do what that woman is doing. And so, Jamara, how did you make the leap from, like you said, being kind of introverted, quiet, more shy, the leap from just getting involved in fitness and weightlifting to I want to compete?
It certainly took time, and I guess I held on to one thing that my dad told me a long time ago. He said that one day you'll get tired of being shy. You'll get tired of not speaking your mind. You'll get tired of not being heard. So it was something like that. I just got tired of, you know what I mean, hiding myself, and I felt like I was so much more. Yeah. And the fitness and the competing really brought that out of me. So it's definitely been something that's changed my life for the better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love hearing that. It's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to make progress and to see the new heights that you could achieve. And so, Jamara, like you said, you went in, started competing, and starting to really do well at it. So once you were set on that trajectory of competing in weightlifting and shows, how did that kind of start to, did you immediately jump in, start doing your first competitions? Did you do a lot of competitions? How did your career or journey start to shape out in the competing realm?
So, I would say before competing, which was June 2019, that was my very first show, and my very first show I won.
Wow.
But I had been working out. I had been working out maybe 3 years prior. So you know what I mean? I put in a lot of work, just waiting for myself to be ready. But it's preparation. You know what I mean? You have to prepare yourself to be ready. So I think I was definitely holding back on myself for that 3 years, because I certainly could have trained just as hard as I did then and still possibly could have been successful. But it just took me, it took time, really. It just took me, you know, understanding that I have what it takes, and all it takes is preparation and just having the right mindset and going into something like that. And so basically, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
Oh, no, I was just wondering how your career started to shape up and how it kind of led you. So you said, 2019 to now. Yes.
So, it took those 3 years. I was training the whole time. And then finally I felt I was ready to compete. I competed and I won. So that, you know, sparked my flame even more. And after that, I have not competed since, but I do plan on it. I just really wanted to try a show in the first place to see what I got. And I did pretty well. So I do plan on doing another one. But since then, I've still been keeping my training pretty tight. But I certainly plan on going to compete to get my pro card for sure. So I've gotten my experience.
Right. And I mean, I love that. It's getting that first one under your belt and pushing yourself and saying, okay, I'm going to do this first one. And then that's over the hump. Right. And then so now you can pursue, like you said, getting your pro card and seeing what comes next.
Yes, exactly. And I feel pretty good about it. Like, especially if I did so good my first show, I feel like I could definitely take on the world at this point. And that's all it took for me. So I'm ready to go.
Heck yeah. I love that. That's amazing, Jamara. And so now that you said you had your first show, 2019, everything leading up to it, and now you caught that bug and you're ready to keep going and pursue your pro card. How did becoming a fitness model kind of work in tandem with you starting to really get into training and fitness, or how did that come about?
Certainly. So, like, ever since I was small, I've always wanted to model. I was always watching America's Next Top Model, all of that. Like, Tyra Banks was my girl.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fitness, I never knew that I didn't know anything about the world of fitness. So the fact that getting myself more into it, I saw that there were beautiful models and whatnot. And you know what I mean? It just really transformed in a sense of I got to do a lot of jobs for, like, a lot of side jobs sort of that had to do with modeling from runway. And I realized that, you know, being a little more toned isn't totally for the runway, but I got to experience that, which was nice.
Yeah.
I've also done stuff like, like ring girl stuff. So I was a ring card girl. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then from little jobs as well, I got to do some photo shoots and I got to be in magazines and some things. What else? I'm also sponsored by a supplement company as well that has apparel. So I got to do lots of shoots for that. So it really kind of started to transpire on its own with the whole modeling.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. Like you said, it was something that you had on your heart, something you wanted to pursue at a young age, but then having the realization, wow, this fit body that I've developed, I can now use that in a modeling career too.
For sure, which was super awesome because not only do I love being fit, like modeling is also my thing. So if I can take pictures of me fit, like I'm good.
Yeah. I love it. And so Jamara too, I mean, obviously you have this illustrious fitness career and you're learning all of the boundaries that you can push and just pushing yourself to see where you can go. But then too, like you're a bank teller by day. So how did you end up in that career?
So again, like I've always kind of wanted to work in a bank for some reason.
Really?
I just love, like I just love the professional, just chill atmosphere. Really, it's super calm, and like you do get to sit like at a desk. And some people hate that, not gonna lie. But I feel like outside of work, I'm like totally not like at a desk. I'm doing all these other things that when it comes to working, I'd rather be sitting or chilling and just being, you know what I mean? Super just neutral, calm, and just do my job and go home and be a beast later.
I love that. And it makes total sense that you would, have kind of two polar opposites. So you get the best of both worlds. You get to explore what it's like to have, like you said, a desk job and working kind of that steady 9 to 5. But then too, you get to hit that beast mode as a model and as a fitness enthusiast and everything that goes into that after work.
And wouldn't you say, like, I feel like they go hand in hand because the banking is finances and, you know what I mean? So I have a really big interest in that as well when it comes to financial knowledge and whatnot. So I love it. I love my job.
I love that. And I mean, it's getting to pursue then two passions that you have. And that's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah. And so now Jamara, of course, so you've led this incredible career and pursuing your passions in two different worlds and now kind of bringing you to this year. How did you ultimately become a contestant on this season of the Titan Games?
My goodness. So never, ever. I mean, I knew something in my heart was telling me, man, something's going to come along where I'm going to be able to put myself out there. And I didn't know what. And so literally whenever I got this opportunity, I was basically somebody got in touch with me about it. And I was just like, like I never would have thought to apply for something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just went with rode the wave. I applied. You know what I mean? Kept in contact with the person in which got me even thinking about joining the Titan Games. And like before you knew it, I was at the auditions and it blew my mind. Like I couldn't even believe what I was doing in the first place. I was like, what the heck am I putting myself through? Like what, these people are crazy amazing, crazy athletic, crazy, just from all types of backgrounds. So it wasn't as much intimidating as it was just exciting, exhilarating, and I was super just thankful to be able to even have an opportunity like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's, I can't imagine, how amazing that must have been like. And so Jamara, when this opportunity came up and you, like you said, you felt like something was going to happen, why did you decide that this was the opportunity you were going to pursue? Why did you decide that you wanted to actually go after this one?
Because not only have I worked on my athletic ability for so long, to be able to put it to the test against people who also have maybe even more extensive background on it and to challenge myself really, I guess I was more attracted to the fact that it was a huge challenge that I'd be enduring, and it certainly was, but I just felt in my heart really that I should go for it. If I didn't, I would have regretted it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. I mean, going, just seizing all those opportunities that come up, and because you never know when or if they're going to come your way again.
Certainly, especially with this whole Corona thing, you know what I mean? You never know. You just never, ever know. So I try to go day by day like that, like, especially if it's a crazy opportunity of God's opening a door like that, you would be a fool not to walk through it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And so, Jamara, I mean, like you said, you decided I'm going to walk through this door of opportunity because I don't want to regret this. I want to really seize it. And then two, knowing that in the pursuit of going after the Titan Games, that The Rock created this show, and creating it, and like you said, getting to interact with and meet with these incredible people who've overcome insurmountable obstacles and are just physically fit, maybe doing normal jobs, but are just incredible people, and you get to interact with them. And The Rock created the show for that purpose. And so I just wonder if you remember maybe the first time you even became aware of who The Rock was.
So whenever I applied, I knew it was the Titan Games and whatnot, but whenever The Rock, like they told me The Rock was hosting, I was like, what? I freaked out. Like he's a pretty influential figure in the world. Yeah. So it was a big deal. And if you really look at it, The Rock started out wrestling. You know what I mean? He started out a little smaller, but he's grown into such a international icon, which is so amazing. And to be a part of that is amazing. I freaked out basically.
Yeah.
I was in my room screaming oh my God.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, because he is just this influential person, and then creating this show, bringing together all these incredible people that you would have the opportunity to compete with and to be with. And so, Jamara, then coming off of this incredible opportunity, meeting these people, meeting The Rock, I wonder, what would you say is your definition of a Titan?
My definition of a Titan is a person who, started off like me, possibly, not so sure of themselves, not knowing what their future might be, what their path might be, having the discipline and the focus to tap into that and transform into that. So going from, doubting yourself to a person who's gone through whatever it is that they gone through enough to come out stronger, like experiencing the dark side and coming out on the light side. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I would say a Titan is a person who grows no matter what, who's strong-minded, physically strong as well. I would consider that a Titan.
Yeah.
There's so many definitions, honestly.
I mean, but you touched on something so important, that a Titan encompasses so many different things. I mean, you said it was the discipline and the focus to hone in on those things, to overcome those obstacles, to grow no matter what. And it's all, of course, touching on the same general theme, but you're right. A Titan is so many things. And I think Titan is what you make it. That person is whoever is receiving it or looking up to that person. It's whoever they need them or want them to be. And they live into that.
Definitely. Yeah. Yes.
And so now, Jamara, of course, you've led this amazing life, and I love to hear how you've accomplished your goals and really are pursuing your passions, and especially overcoming being shy and being able to push past those. That's amazing, because that's huge. I mean, even to the fact of going beyond that and saying, I'm going to apply to be on this television show where people will watch me on TV. I mean, that is huge, and that's an amazing story of overcoming your own personal doubts.
That in itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
that
really
in itself.
is.
Putting yourself out there is a challenge for many people. And so that was also a hump to get over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's going to resonate with so many people seeing, wow, I'm scared to put myself out there. But your story really tells that you just have to try. You just, like you said, that first competition.
You do. That's all it is. It's trying. You just got to do it. You have to try. You have to do it. You have to keep on trying and doing. And eventually you will make it to whatever your goal is. Literally, I believe that wholeheartedly.
Love that. And it's so true. And you're a living proof of that. And so, Jamara, doing that and achieving that, and now looking forward, going off the Titan Games, and of course, knowing that you're going to achieve all of the goals that you set for yourself, continue to inspire people and encourage people. I just have one final question that I ask all of my interviewees. What do you want to be remembered for?
That is an awesome question. Oh my gosh. What do I want to be remembered for? I would say I want to be remembered for my will to not let somebody or anything stop me. Basically, I want to be remembered for being the girl who nobody thought would be anything and being something. I want to be remembered for just that, I'd say, for people underestimating me and proving that I'm so much more. It's strictly because of the struggles that I've been through.
Thank you all for tuning in to today's installment of the Athletes of the Titan Games podcast. To learn more about each of these Titan athletes, be sure to check out their information in the links in my show notes. Furthermore, to stay up to date on all things coming out of the KMF Collective, be sure to subscribe to the Keep Moving Forward YouTube channel and follow along on social media, also available in the show notes. As the creator of the Titan Games, Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says, "Titans aren't born, they're made." And I hope today's story helped you realize all that you are capable of becoming if you put in that hard work and just keep moving forward.